So with that said, let's go ahead and end with a little bit of speculation. So,
Oh,
well, it's not too much, but we're talking about the Gervonta Tank Davis, who is, I guess, I don't know if he's a free agent or is going to be a free agent or what's going on at this point, but he is going to be fighting Ryan Garcia, who is not a free agent. He is a Golden Boy fighter, but they have agreed on I believe the date is April the 15th. The fight with Tank. I believe both of them are going to take kind of in interim fights leading up to it.
yeah.
But
You don't think we should talk about the interim fights? I mean, we know he for a fact he's going to be in DC the first weekend of
yeah,
December.
well, yeah. I mean, we can talk about that. I think you were right. You said a couple of shows ago that you thought that his opponent would be Hector Ramirez
Hector Luis Garcia.
or Garcia.
Yeah,
So is that confirmed?
yeah. No, that's the fight. Hector Luis Garcia has been raking the rounds, doing interviews, and
Yeah,
that fight is confirmed
yeah.
for Washington D.C. It's looking like Jaron Ennis might be on the undercard. Now, if that's the case,
We
I may
said
have
that
to.
last week. Jared was like, "Can't be saying that." But go ahead.
Yeah. What? No, I thought you said something about him fighting Rashidi Ellis or something like that.
No, it was, and so they offered Rashidi the contract. Rashidi turned it down.
To fight Ennis?
Yeah,
Yeah, they did because Rashidi Ellis has fought one round in like
yeah. He ain't ready yet.
Yeah, and they also didn't offer. I texted some and they ain't like the money they was offered for that fight either. But in any case, at any rate, the Hector Luis Garcia fight, and I have been critical of Tank on this platform, and let me be very very clear about this. This is not no tune-up of a fight. This is not no easy fight. This is not I'll kill. Tank can call it tune-up, and I respect Tank for making this fight. Hector Luis Garcia went in there and beat Earth, Wind, and Fire out of Chris Colbert, albeit at 130. I believe they're bringing Hector Luis Garcia up to 135 for this fight. But anybody who watched that Colbert fight can tell you Hector Luis Garcia is a big 130 pounder. And I bet you sitting in there with Tank and able to rehydrate and eat a little bit more, put on a little bit of weight, he might even be a little bit bigger than Tank in this fight. This is a Dominican fighter who I believe fought for the Dominican national team. I believe might have even been a silver medalist. I got to go confirm all that. This is a guy with a lot of amateur pedigree. He's a tough fighter. This is not going to be an easy fight for Tank. I think stylistically, it may work out for Tank. I don't think that Hector Luis Garcia is going to be boxing Tank. I don't think Tank is going to have to go looking for Hector Luis Garcia. I think he's going to step right to Tank, and that uppercut of Tank and the lead left hand is going to be there. But I still this is a tough fight, and if the split with Mayweather is true, and he leaves Mayweather and takes this fight and then fights Ryan Garcia, I think this is the beginning of the rest of Tank's career. Those are two good fights. Very, very, very good fights. I think the Garcia fight might be a little bit more competitive than the Ryan Garcia fight. Maybe. We'll see. But these are good fights. These are really, really, really good fights.
Hey, so let me jump in because me and Jay have been going back and forth on my man Tank for the longest. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm hearing you correct, Tank lumped this dude up with no problem. Tank stops him. Tank stops this dude, right?
You asking or telling me?
No, I'm
just hypothetical.
I'm hypothetical, man. I'm saying where. So what I'm hearing is you're saying that this is Tank's toughest opposition or strength of opposition, however you normally phrase. You're saying this?
No. All I'm saying is it's a good fight, Dave. I didn't say toughest. I didn't use any superlative. I said that this is a good fight, and I said that people have been calling this a tune-up or whatever. I think even Tank himself called it a tune-up. This ain't no tune-up of a fight, not in my opinion.
All right.
I would agree with that. I mean, the guy's undefeated. I mean, he hasn't. just hasn't fought the competition that Tank has, but he did, take it to Chris Colbert.
Yeah, Chris Colbert had no business being in there with that guy. I think that was anyway. I don't want to go down that route, but yeah, Colbert had no business being in with that guy. If that had been Abner Mares or Leo Santa Cruz, I guarantee you Al would not have put Abner Mares or Leo Santa Cruz in there with this big ass Dominican with 200 amateur fights on 2 weeks' notice. Because remember, Colbert's opponent got injured like the week of the fight, and they called up Hector Luis Garcia with like 7-8 days notice. And Colbert took the fight.
But PBC does that because they did it with Tank when he fought Pitbull. Nobody knew who Pitbull was until after the fight. So I mean, they threw him in there.
But Pitbull don't have the same pedigree that this guy Luis Garcia got. Pitbull ain't some Olympian with hundreds of amateur fights, but it doesn't outweigh.
He won't no joke when he was up in there.
He did, but Tank had one hand though. Go ahead. I'm sorry. What you say, Dave?
Yeah, that's true. No, that's true. Tank did have one hand. Yeah.
This guy, he's 5'9", and Tank is, you have him listed as 5'5", so he's gonna have a considerable size and reach advantage to overcome during this fight.
How tall was it Santa Cruz though?
So Barrios was the real tall. Santa Cruz is about Tank's height, but Barrios.
I think Santa Cruz might be about 5'7", but I'll look. So Santa Cruz is 5'7.5", and then 5'7", 5'7.5". They got Tank at 5'5.5".
Barrios is what, 5'10", 5'11"?
Yeah, he's a good 5. Yeah, he's 5'10". But he fights. He doesn't fight tall. He fights out of a crouch.
Hector Luis Garcia don't fight tall neither. But I tell you what, a guy with all those them amateur fights, I bet you he know how to box. I bet you he know how to use his reach. And he's got a good trainer. He's got Bob Santos as his trainer. So that De Los Santos or Bob Santos, I can't remember the guy's name, but he's being talked about for trainer of the year right now. So yeah, good fight. Good fight. I don't know if it's a good idea to actually show up to this fight like y'all motherfuckers are talking about, but
we going. Gotta go, bro.
It's gonna be a fun fight to watch. How much did you click on that link, Dave? How much of them tickets they talk about?
Well, I think most of the tickets left now might be about $300, man.
Yeah, the ones that we were around 350 or so.
Yeah, with no undercard yet? No undercard?
I'm definitely trying to go to that thing, but I'm trying to be in there.
Yo, we need to show this up.
If Ennis is on there, I may have to. Shit.
Hey,
anyway, sorry, I didn't want to derail.
To go back to Tank talking ish about Mayweather promotion. Didn't Jalen Love fight the other week and flip the dude out the ring?
That was Montana Love.
Montana Love.
Yeah, that was Montana. Yeah.
Wrong Love.
Yeah, wrong Love.
Yeah. Don't be trying to pile on to Mayweather.
Never mind.
But Tank no longer with Matt because you ain't apparently. I'm not on Twitter. I may have to get on Twitter so I can actually look at some of this stuff. But you ain't seeing nothing from old Leonard Ellerby and nothing from Floyd. Not one peep about any of this stuff. Nothing about the Garcia fight. Nothing about this upcoming fight.
Nah, he gave him props. He gave him props for getting it done.
Oh, Floyd did?
No, Ellerby. Floyd.
Ellerby did.
I don't think Floyd tweets.
Oh, he don't. Oh, well, that's interesting. Okay.
I don't.
So I mean, what do they stand now? So is he fighting out his contract with Floyd? So this is his last fight.
I think it's done. No, I thought before it was his last contract. I think Tank may be signed to Showtime. And, because the negotiation was between DAZN and Showtime. And Showtime didn't bow. They was like Showtime did not bow out, did not bend the knee. They got what they wanted, and they allowed DAZN to sell the pay-per-view on their platform, but they didn't get any concessions.
Which is Which was the way it should have been, right?
True, the way it should have been, that tells you the contract or negotiation was between Showtime and DAZN, not PBC, not Mayweather.
Right.
It was Showtime and DAZN. And that's why if you the day after it got announced, you see Oscar De La Hoya looking salty, but he was like, man, I'm glad that they came to an agreement. Let's just hope the contract gets signed. Because it was like, yo, he didn't get anything out of it. It was just like the negotiation was between the two networks.
Yeah, that's all right. That's a huge platform for his fighter, though. The Ryan Garcia. Now, this Hector Luis Garcia Tank fight is going to be on pay-per-view, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, he pretty much all his fights are pretty much pay-per-view fights.
Yeah, that's all right. Not my problem.
But if it got Boots as an undercard, that's well worth it.
It might be, especially if we get. I was told that Boots is going to get this kid Butayev if what I was told was accurate. There's going to be Boots Butayev, who recently lost to Stanionis, if I'm not mistaken. But that's a decent fight because Butayev is a rough, rugged guy. So that might be an interesting fight. It might, a fight that might go at least 6-7 rounds, maybe. So, yeah.
Well, Tank is definitely going to have to do his thing because if not, we're going to miss out on there. And so just to kind of put this in there, there was a tweet that went out on November the 19th. And so this is why I was a little confused because it says, this is from Ray Jackson. It says Tank Davis has 2 fights lined up next year and the boss, in quotation, Floyd, hasn't mentioned anything about it, with the 3 yikes emojis. And then Gervonta responded, because the love was gone when I knocked Rolly out. Crazy thing, I was over my mother's house the other night. She told me how Leonard was telling people how Rolly was going to knock me out, and my uncles that started me in boxing overheard him. He said, go and look at the fight and watch my mom. So I guess this is her kind of reaction to that. When he actually knocked out Rolly, I guess she was
animated.
Yeah, she was gesticulating towards Leonard Ellerby.
Yeah. Good. I'm good. I'm happy. I'm happy for Tank, man. I'm happy for Tank, man. This is going to be good. It's going to be an exciting year. It's going to be an exciting year for Tank. And if he's able to get both of these jokers up out of there with minimal effort, we might even see a third fight with Tank. We might get 3 fights in this year. So, yeah.
Hey, they haven't announced the date yet. You know what I'm saying? They speculate in April, but man, dude, do you think
date for what?
So what I'm hearing,
for Ryan Garcia.
Yeah, the Ryan Garcia is supposed to be late April, early May. And what I've heard is PBC and Showtime has already locked in dates for May and September. So do you think that they can slide the Tank Garcia fight over a Canelo tune-up fight?
No,
man. I mean,
why would you?
We just adding drama in. We've seen April. We've seen April announce. We haven't seen April.
No, it's not.
But I'm saying you haven't seen any kind of. You haven't why are we throwing out that date?
They saying that like I said, they announced. I mean, they saying they're hoping for like April or May. Ellerby, not Ellerby. Who's the head? Espinosa said that. Yeah, I know the date, but I'm not telling y'all.
Yeah, no, they wouldn't do that. I look, why make Mexican fans, who are the primary consumers of boxing, like it or not, they're the ones that spend the money, at least that's what we keep on hearing, right? Why put fans in that kind of position, right? Why not make the fight in April? Just make the fight in April. And then they can re-up their cash flow and spend that money again on Canelo, because despite what people will have you believe, Ryan Garcia is a Mexican, and Mexican fans are gonna tune in to watch him fight. So no, I don't see them trying to compete with Canelo for that date.
We'll see.
All right. And so with that said, I think we are at our time. So we are going to end a very lively show. We want to once again shout out to Willie L. Mongoose Monroe Jr., who I think gave a great interview. I was actually happy to hear that he is not retired, and I would actually like to see him back in the ring again. And I think that a fight against Charlo, I don't think that's outside of the realm of possibilities. Charlo hasn't been fighting much lately, and so we will see about that. Remember to like and subscribe. Make sure that you comment too. We appreciate the love and we appreciate the hate on there. It's all good for conversation, and we will try to get to respond to most of y'all. But
I will. I definitely will.
Yeah. Boston Jared definitely will. So this is my man. This is Professor Nim signing out for the Casual Ran.
Peace.
Coach Dave and Boston Jared.
Peace. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Hey.